everybody, and welcome back. My name is Alyssa, and this is Into the Heartwild. Today I'm bringing you guys a book haul based on all the books I got in December. And some of them were birthday presents, because yes, I'm a December baby. Some were... That's my phone. Some were Christmas gifts, and then others were just books that I picked up myself. There is a combination of middle grade, adult, and manga, and then I guess like two not really stories, but they're you'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the middle grade books. There's only 4 of them. I have The Vertigious Pawn by Alyssa Wishingrad. I hope that's how she pronounces her name, because she's only 1 letter off from how I spell mine, so I'm really hoping she does pronounce it Alyssa. But this was a new release last year, so finally picked this one up because I kept putting it off because Barnes & Noble kept having like really bad copies of it, and then they finally had like a good one, so I grabbed it. Then we have The Boy, the Wolf, and the Stars. This one is one of those ones where when I initially saw it, I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, and then it just kept like nagging me in the back of the head. So now I have it. Then we have The Wolf's Curse by Jessica Vitalis, and I really like stories that revolve around wolves. It's something I've learned, especially if they're middle grade books. So I'm definitely excited to start this one. I think it involves like a werewolf kind of thing. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I think that's what I always hope for when I come across a wolf or something. And then the last one is The Last Bear by Hannah Gold. As far as I know, it's about a little girl who lives in the Arctic, and she meets the last polar bear, and she can speak to the polar bear. And I'm like, that sounds cute. After that, I will show you the 3 books I got for my birthday from my best friend, who I've mentioned her numerous times before. She is the one who keeps my mass market collection growing. I can count on her to find anything out there in Oregon. So first up is Dragons of Summer Flame by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, part of the Dragonlance series. Now, I was under false information about when to read this one, so I put off reading the other ones because I have all of them now, but I actually didn't have to wait to get this one. But I'm so glad I have it. And she found the cover version I was looking for, and it's in like brand new pristine condition, so very happy to have this one. And then she found me an extremely old version of a Robin Hood, written and illustrated by Howard Pyle. Next to King Arthur, I love the tale of Robin Hood. I love the man, okay? And she found this one. I think we determined, because there is no credits page in this book, I think we determined it was from the 50s. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. I know I wrote it down, but there's no page that actually tells you all the credits of who like printed it and whatnot in this. So it's very old. It's not in too bad condition. But when you take the dust jacket off, because I plan on getting a dust jacket protector for it, because the dust jacket is in very, very delicate condition. But this is the underneath. And even on the back, like, I've seen people selling it online with just this and not with the book cover, with the dust jacket. So that's very interesting to know. And it does have illustrations throughout it. But yes, she found that, and she was just like, and she got it for me. She was like, oh, Alyssa needs this. I know she doesn't have this one. So yay, another one for the Robin Hood collection. I think that puts the Robin Hood collection at 1, 2, 3. I think it only puts it at 3 right now. No, 4. There's a mass market. So working on building that one up. It's nothing compared to the King Arthur shelf right here, but it's gonna get there. Watch. And then the last one she picked up is Dragonheart by both Anne McCaffrey and Todd McCaffrey. I forget which number in the entire Dragon Rider series this is, but it's another one for the set. And my set is both mass market and hardbacks, because if she finds them, she snags them. So there's this one. Next, I think I will do the Christmas books, because there wasn't a lot of them. which is okay because I got a bunch of other stuff that I super enjoyed. But my eldest sister got me The Witch's Book of Shadows, The Craft, Lore, Magic, and the Witch's Grimoire by Jason Mankey, because I do that stuff. So this will be very helpful. It's more, this is what I meant by there's some books that aren't like actually books. They're more like informational books. So there's this one. And then my mother got me Practical Magic, A Beginner's Guide to Crystals, Horoscopes, Psychics, and Spells by Nikki Van de Kar and illustrations by Katie Vernon. It's so pretty. Like, and it's just full of all kinds of very helpful information. I love the fact that it has like the pagan holidays in it, and it tells you like how you can celebrate them in modern times, because that is definitely something me and my daughter have been trying to figure out how to do. So this is going to be a very helpful book. And then my mother also got me, and I was very excited about this one, Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, and it's the illustrated edition by Chris Riddell. And I've read this book. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I absolutely love Gaiman's work, and I love getting his illustrated editions that he has. This puts me at like, I think like 6 illustrated books that I have from him. So I'm just very happy to have this one. I'll definitely, because when I initially read it, it was just a regular standard edition, and then I had the audiobook to go along with it, because you can't really like not listen to the audiobooks since Gaiman himself like narrates them and his voice is amazing. But I do plan on doing a reread so that I can read along with the illustrations that are throughout the book, because I do feel like when you read his books that have the illustrations, it really helps bring the story even more to life. These are a Christmas gift that came, I think, like 2 days after Christmas, but that's okay. But my sister got me the first 4 books of Soul Eater Perfect Edition. So there's volume 1, volume 2, they're heavy, volume 3, and volume 4. I've watched the animes for Soul Eater, and I super enjoyed it. I never got around to reading it. So then when I found out they were doing these special hardcover ones, I was like, oh my god, I want those. And apparently wherever she got them from, she got like a super good deal on them. So I am very happy to finally have them. I've technically read the first 2 so far, definitely enjoying it. Still got 3 and 4 to go, but yay for Soul Eater. So with that, I'll go ahead and I'll go into the manga that I have, and then there's just 4 other books here that I just picked up on my own. So that would be Die Dark Volume 3 by Q Hayashida. If you haven't read Dorohedoro by Hayashida, you need to. I mean, just... And I know I said Dorohedoro because that's her series before this one. You should also read Die Dark too, because it's fun, it's crazy and everything, but it's not completely like released yet or anything, whereas Dorohedoro is 100% done. I own all but the final volume. But yeah, like, this is the art you're gonna get. Like, it's creepy, it's crawly, it's kind of gross, but I just love it. So picked up volume 3. Then I also picked up Fist of the North Star volume 3, and already read this. It's a classic. It's one of the more classic mangas that they're reprinting and everything, so definitely glad to finally be getting my hands on these, because this is one of those ones where I only knew it in pieces. So to finally get the chance to like read it in its whole entirety is going to be so nice. And I'm definitely enjoying it. It's got like, I've never seen Mad Max, but which is so embarrassing to say, because like my sister got mad at me when I said I've never seen Mad Max, but I've never seen Mad Max. But it definitely gives dystopian Mad Max style vibes from what I've seen from commercials and trailers. Okay, so like, don't be mad at me that I haven't seen Mad Max, but like, those are the vibes that I get from Fist of the North Star. So maybe if someone else has watched it and then they read it, they can see if my comparison is right. After that, I have Lupin the Third Greatest Heights by Monkey Punch. And this is part of 7 Seas classic manga set. I actually really love the Lupin animated movies. And I know the manga in question here is very questionable at times with certain content. There's a lot of not consensual things going on, and a lot of the women aren't treated the best, and that is kind of prevalent in this because I have read this already. But it was just one of those things where I was just like, I want to see what Lupin is like in the written form, because there was a lot of changes made to make it less creepy for the cartoons. For the animated ones. But yeah, so we got Lupin the Third. And then we have, and these three I'm so excited to finally have, because I wasn't exactly putting them off, it was just getting very hard to find them. But I finally got the last 3 books in the Cardcaptor Sakura collector's editions by Clamp. So we've got 7. So pretty. And we got 8. And then we have 9. They're so adorable. They're my children. This is one of those manga series where when I found out they were doing these beautiful, gorgeous hardcovers, I was like, I have to have that, because Cardcaptors is like so like I love Cardcaptors. I love it so much. And I was just like, I have to own the whole set, because my original set I only own 2 and 3, and they are falling apart. So when I saw that they were doing these beauties, I had to get my hands on them, and I'm so glad that I finally have the whole set now. I've completely finished my reread of the entire series. It still fills me with just like the sweet happiness and everything, but also now as an adult, I recognize the problematic themes in it. Because there are some problems in this series, okay? But in the end, like, I still love it. It still holds that nostalgic value for me, and these editions are just absolutely gorgeous. After that, I just have 4 other books that I kind of randomly picked up through the month, and we will start with Troy by Stephen Fry. I have his Heroes and Mythos, which, did I say that right? Yeah, Heroes and Mythos. I was like, did it? And I loved them. I loved his take on them, and I listened to the audiobook while I read along with those ones, and it's another one of those things where, like, he reads his own stories, and it's great to listen to. So I plan on doing the same thing with his take on Troy. And when I bought this, the Barnes & Noble cashier was like, oh my god, this is amazing, have you read Heroes and Mythos yet? And I was like, yes, I have, and I own them. So I'm excited to dive into this one eventually. Then we have Odd and the Frost Giants by Neil Gaiman, illustrated by Chris Rydell. I originally listened to this on audiobook only because I came across it in my library, and I fell in love with it. Like I said, at this point, I love Neil Gaiman's work, and I found this one just by complete accident at Barnes & Noble. Like, look at the little get so many illustrations. And I was like, oh my god, I have to own that one. I think at this point it's gonna be like my goal to own like everything by Gaiman. I would love all of his work to get illustrated editions, quite honestly. So yeah, we got that one to add. We added that one. I will be doing a reread of that one too. After that, we have the next installment in the Penric and Desdemona series by Lois McMaster Bujold. This is Masquerade and Lodi. This takes place between books 3 and 4, if I remember correctly. And this is a Subterranean Press edition because, you know, they emailed me and was like, hey, you ordered other ones. You want this one too? And I was like, yeah, I do. Obviously, I love Penric. So very excited to get to this one. I love this series so stinking much. Last but definitely not least is Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. This is the translated edition by Burton Raphael, and I think it's my second copy based on Sir Gawain, because I have the J.R.R. Tolkien one as well. It's actually, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is actually one of my favorite Arthurian tales in general. So when I seen this on the shelf, I was like, It's so tiny and cute. Like, I can put it in my pocket, which I probably won't ever do. But I was like, I have to have this. So I just went ahead and snagged it. It was like $6 too. And then with my discount, it was like $5. So definitely glad to finally have this one. So that is the random assortment of books that I acquired during December. I almost said January. So if there's anything in this pile that you have read or anything you're looking forward to, go ahead and drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!